In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the top 10 holdings of OARK, which is Yieldmax's ARKK fund, in an attempt to prove to you why it's my third largest holding in the portfolio. And also, after we go through these top 10 holdings, hopefully you'll see why I'm buying more on Monday. If you have any objections on these holdings within the portfolio of ARKK, please let me know in the comments section below or on Discord. So we earn over $100,000 per year in dividends at this channel. And my performance and value shows that I'm up 47% for the year. Okay, the S&P is up 16, the Dow is up 6, and the Nasdaq's up only 30%. So we're beating all the indexes on both a year-to-date basis and on a daily basis. Yes, we lost 3,000 on Friday, but look, we were down 0.43, which is all that matters to me. 0.43. Where were the indexes? The S&P was down 0.11, the Nasdaq was down 0.68, and the Dow was up 0.3. So we stood in between the S&P and NASDAQ, which is exactly what we try to go for in this channel. I like to be right in between the S&P and NASDAQ. If you need help living financially free out of your brokerage account, email me for my e-guides at aikentodd48@gmail.com. I use some different strategies at this channel, as you know, to get ahead. I use a little bit of margin power, and I also tie my investments to the indexes. And OARK is an index, in my opinion. It is a glorified Russell 2000 index, okay? Now, I'm going to go through the top 10 holdings of OARK to prove to you why this fund is not as low quality as people think it is, okay? I mean, yes, it has over a 30% dividend, okay? But it's important to know what the holdings are within it so that if I just keep putting money behind it, that it's not just chasing good money after bad. So let's go through the holdings of ARKK, all right? We have to go to ARKK to find the holdings of OARK. So we already know that the 10% of the ARKK's holdings is Tesla, and we all know what Tesla is, okay? We don't really need to cover that. All we need to look at, for the purposes of this video, all I'm going to be doing is looking at the charts and the major themes of the holdings, of the top 10 holdings. And you can go do the research yourself on these holdings and tell me if they're buys or not. All right, Tesla, it broke that 50-day moving average, the purple line. But now we're looking at the 200-day moving average, that orange line. If we can get down there, I think that many people would step in and buy Tesla. And therefore, OARK would catch a bounce, okay? So OARK, remember, again, it tracks ARKK. So let's go to ARKK's chart as we just saw Tesla's chart. All right, so ARKK, from the top down, it broke the 200-day moving average, that orange line, okay? So, but it could try to hold it, all right? Now we need to go look at the holdings again to see if that can hold. Tesla, as I just showed you, broke its 50-day moving average, and it has a little bit of downside to go before it hits that 200-day moving average, which could cause OARK, because it's 10% of OARK, it could cause OARK to tag maybe the $40 price area. So to me, $40 isn't far away, $42.75, $40. So on any dips, so far, I want to add to OARK or ARKK because Tesla is approaching the 200-day moving average, right? You understand that? Okay. So now if we go to the other holding of ARKK, Coinbase, okay? Coinbase is obviously it's a Bitcoin play, but I want to show you something that stood out to me on the Coinbase chart. Look, we had a massive run from 60 to 120. We had a double in almost a couple of months. And I remember making the Coney video on Coinbase and Yieldmax. And if you had bought if you had bought Coinbase when I made that video at around 60, you would have doubled your money in less than a couple of months. Now, that's problematic that we've had a 100% move in less than a couple of months. But look, we've pulled back from roughly 120 to 80. So this is a nice pullback area. We've had a nice breather. We're on the 50-day moving average, that purple line. And if we go any lower to about that 200-day moving average, around 80, a little lower than 80, then to me, Coinbase is a buy because it broke out of this channel from February. As you can see here, the $60 channel it's been at for about 6 months. So if it pulls back to that channel, which we are at 80, which is the old resistance here. The old resistance is here, this spike up and this spike up, right? Well, we're right back at that old resistance. Old resistance should become new support. So I'm kind of liking Coinbase for that matter too. I mean, I would buy Coinbase outright, but it's a large position in ARKK, as you know. Okay, you see here, Coinbase is 7%. Look at Roku here. Roku, one thing I like about Roku is it's not struggling. It's been consolidating sideways in this channel, okay, at about 60 since February, okay? $60 is this channel that it's been in since February up until July. And now we had this breakout to 100 in August. And so it's stair stepping higher, and now we've pulled back. So to me, this is constructive. We've had a sideways movement in Roku for a long time. And if we approach that 200-day moving average once again, which is only like a few points down from here, then this stock all of a sudden becomes a buy. If all the stocks in ARKK become a buy, well then OARK and ARKK are gonna go higher. So Roku, I mean, obviously we like the cord cutting theme there, and it's still cheap, way off its highs, as you can see there. Okay, so moving on. Okay, we all know, everyone's familiar with Roku and the cord cutting it does there. So we've done EVs, Tesla, Coinbase, Bitcoin, Roku, cord cutting, Zoom. This is obviously, communications, and this was big during Corona. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Zoom, even though it does have a lot of, you could call it a moat. It has a good moat for its products and services. And yes, there are other competitors to Zoom. There's Cisco WebEx, there's Google Chats, and all these other kinds of things. I'm not sure the exact name, but here we are. We're going sideways, okay? I don't know why my chart keeps glitching like this, guys. Sorry, okay? I'm not trying to jump all around. I'm doing this from my phone. Okay, so as you can see, it's been going sideways, and yes, it's been kind of dead money for a while, but if this continues to go sideways, it shouldn't impact ARKK's performance much, okay? So I'm not looking at this as a positive or a negative. I'm just seeing it go sideways, and so as long as it's not dying and going lower, then to me, that's a net neutral for this holding in ARKK, and I can kind of look past this one, even though it's not my favorite, okay? Because, I mean, who's really using Zoom as much anymore? So as the world reopens and all that, and the world's been open for a while after 2020. So we'll move on now. That was Zoom, okay? Block, okay? Square, this is fintech. If you go look at a PayPal chart, it looks the same as Square, okay? So PayPal is as an S&P holding. It's a top quality name. And as long as Square is resembling PayPal, I'm okay with this, okay? They look the exact same on the chart. And look, Square is cheap. It was at a $60 channel there, and it's broken out to 80 in July, and now it's back to that lower channel at 60. So to me, this is constructive as well. Look at the RSI down there. It's almost at 20. It's almost at the gray area, the RSI below. Okay, so to me, Square, if you're into fintech, which in cashless society, this is probably going to be a big theme going forward. As you know, all of these ARK themes are huge themes going forward, huge growth themes, okay, mega trends. So UiPath, all right, UiPath, ticker symbol PATH, okay, we'll go check that out right now. PATH does automation, I want to say. It's just been going sideways, so it's a net neutral again on ARKK. It's not dragging on it and going lower, it's just going sideways. So if you can have a portion of ARKK's stocks breaking out and going higher, like Tesla, like Coinbase, like Roku, and you have Zoom and Block going sideways along with PATH, then I think that that's okay. Exact Science, okay, this is cancer detection, EXAS, okay? EXAX, which is another important theme, cancer detection. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a part of this kind of theme? As you can see, it's way off the highs, but it's had a nice run recently. It's breaking out. It's been in a nice uptrend. Okay, it's had a few breakouts since 2023, and in May there, it's in a nice uptrend. If it pulls back to that orange line or the 200-day moving average, again, it becomes a buy. And so you have 3 or 4 buys already within ARKK. You have Tesla is a buy soon if it hits the 200. Coinbase is a buy soon. Roku a buy soon. Zoom and Block have been going sideways, but I think that they're doing fine. Same for PATH. Exact Science, it's a buy soon, and it's 5% of ARKK's holdings. Okay, let's go to Unity Software. Okay, Unity is a 3D mapping, and Unity is interesting because they did the agreement, the partnership with Apple, okay, for the headsets. So Unity, and again, if I'm getting these things wrong, okay, please correct me in the comment section below. I really don't care what the companies do. I care about the themes. I care about the price action on the charts, okay? The earnings are very important, but with growth companies, you'll see that the earnings can be negative for a long time before they actually turn, positive and have free cash flow that's positive. I mean, look at Amazon. So I'm not worried about the true earnings of these companies. I'm just looking at the price action as a result. So look at look at this company, Unity. It's broken past the all moving averages here. It's broken below the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. But I believe that this could hold. Look, I mean, to me, this is healthy. We were at 25 in May, and now we've jumped up to 50. So this is almost 100% move. This is a healthy uptrend. Now it's just pulling back. This is a healthy breather. The RSI is approaching 20. So on any further dips on this name to the mid 30s, it would be back at the channel of 2023, all of the whole channel that it was going, that it was in at 30. Okay, it's going to be back to that $30 channel. And to me, it would be a screaming buy again because it just had a 100% move. Okay, this is just digesting that move. So Unity is a very, I think, a very good company, very exciting company, 3D mapping, sign that partnership with Apple. Okay, so that's going to help with their earnings. And Shopify, we all know that's the e-commerce giant. Shopify is a great company. It's one of Kevin O'Leary's favorite stocks too, from Shark Tank. He's a very smart guy. And Shopify, look, we're right on the 200-day moving average. If I had to pick one stock to buy, look, the RSI is oversold. The MACD is about to cross. If I had to pick one stock to buy out of ARKK funds, it would be Shopify. Okay, I did a video on Shopify early 2023, in the 20s. Okay, now it's at 70. It almost makes me sick to my stomach. Okay, but now it's at the 200-day moving average. It could be a buy. And when you combine it with all the other holdings of ARKK, it looks like we're setting up for a bottom in ARKK. DraftKings, last thing that we'll do for the top 10 holdings, maybe we'll do a part 2 on Sunday, okay, for the other holdings in ARKK's funds. You let me know if you want the part 2. Okay, DraftKings, DKNG, all right. Okay, we see the chart. It's been breaking out. It's been having a nice uptrend since 2023. It's pulled back to that 50-day moving average. And now if we could just get, lower into the mid-20s, which we're already at 29. So if we could fall a couple points lower, again, this would be a screaming buy. So I'm, and obviously sports betting, online sports betting is a huge mega trend, okay? So I see all of these holdings within ARKK as being very constructive, okay? We only had a few that were going sideways, Zoom, Square, maybe Path, but the others had nice moves higher, okay? And now they've pulled back and they're approaching buy areas on their chart, the 200-day moving average, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the only thing that you have to worry about with ARKK, OARK, is the maintenance, in my opinion, okay? When you go to trade OARK, you'll see that the maintenance here, go to snapshot, okay, maintenance, 50%, okay, 50%. So that means for every $1,000 I put in OARK, okay, $500 is going to be taken up of my equity, which is very important when running margin at this channel. If you need help understanding margin and how I use maintenance to unlock more performance out of my account, email me for my margin e-guide at akintodd48@gmail.com. That's why I like Cornerstone. That's why it's also these are my 2 largest holdings, Cornerstone, because Cornerstone is CLM is the S&P, CRF is the NASDAQ, and OARK is my Russell 2000 play. So I'm having these 3 plays as my top 3 holdings because they're the top 3 indexes. And obviously Cornerstone, $8 market price. Let's just show you why I put so much in Cornerstone. $8 market price, but look at the price paid here. Okay, the drip. I drip my dividends down at 6 every month. So 27% gain there, 652, 30% gain, 627 if you want to do this lot here. 35% gain. So that's the brilliance of Cornerstone, okay? And that's why I have 500 grand in Cornerstone in my account, because it is the indexes and it is a 5-star fund. As you guys know, Cornerstone, 5-star fund, and it beat the S&P over the last 10 years, as you can see here. So I know all the zooming bothers people. I'm trying not to zoom in and out, but I want you to see what I'm seeing here. So to me, Cornerstone is my favorite holding. It is the cornerstone of my account, but you have to learn how to play this fund right. You have to time it around its rights offerings, and you have to ask for this special drip. This $8 market price, which then drips down at 650 and 620 and all those prices I just showed you, 21% dividend, okay? Every month drips down at that NAV price. You have to ask for it, okay? So if you need help playing Cornerstone, email me for my e-guides there at akintodd48@gmail.com. I have e-guides on how to play Cornerstone, how to use margin to live financially free out of your brokerage account. And I also have 2 other e-guides, volume 1 and 2, fundamental analysis and technical analysis. When you buy all of my e-guides, you get access to my Discord chat room which has hundreds of members in it, a lot of great minds. And this is where I alert you of the Cornerstone RO. So here's the Cornerstone RO section. And this is where we talk about not only all things related to Cornerstone RO, but the rights offering, but I give you the announcement of when it occurs. Okay, so this is the only thing stopping us, between living, financially free out of our account or being living in modern day slavery, in my opinion, is Cornerstone. Because when the rights offering happens, then that's going to drop the stock significantly. But if we're all coaching each other on Discord, watching it together, then nothing can stop us, okay? We also have a channel here for all things margin related. We have a drip section here. Where is the drip section? We see a drip for Cornerstone. This shares with you who offers the drips for Cornerstone, the special drips, and also all things margin related section shares with you which brokerage accounts have the best margin rates, the lowest maintenance levels, et cetera, et cetera. So Discord's a one-stop shop for all of you who are trying to be completely financially free out of your account. It has tons of resources there for you, and I gave you that announcement for Cornerstone. Okay, now OARK. Again, I want to buy some more of this on Monday on any dip. I have 28 in it. I'm looking to get this up to maybe 40,000 now, the position, okay? Now, to make sure I get the most upside out of OARK, I'm also going to sell a put on ARKK on Monday because ARKK has fallen recently, and so I have this one put on for ARKK. I received $1,000. I sold one put on ARKK, got $10. So $10 is obviously $1,000. That knocked down my margin debt by $1,000. So my $237,000 in margin, that I'm going to knock that down by another $1,000 by selling another put on ARKK on Monday. And then if we get any more dips on ARKK, I'm going to buy more OARK. I'm going to buy about 10K. So I'll get my debt up to about 250K or something like that. I don't mind because it's lower interest debt. It doesn't show up on a credit check, and I can click sell at any time and it's gone. But why sell when my dividends of over 100,000 per year will pay back my position in less than 2 years? It'll pay back my debt in less than 2 years, okay? Less than 3 years, whatever you want to call it. So, and to me, I just keep adding debt when I see opportunities because as long as it's low maintenance debt, then it doesn't take up my available withdrawal. My available withdrawal has to stay above zero or I'm in a margin call. This 207,000 that I have here can give me up to a 30% correction in the market, and I still would have no margin call. And even if that happened, a 30% market correction, we still wouldn't be in a margin call because our dividends of over 20% in Cornerstone and OARK pay back all of those losses. So if we're down 20% in the market this year, well, my dividends from Cornerstone make me break even because Cornerstone gives you a 20% dividend, okay, set for the year. OARK, they could change their dividends. They could cut their dividends as volatility falls. But Cornerstone's always going to keep its dividend the same for the year. So I'm not worried about a 20% correction over the course of a year because my dividends will pay it back. Same for these Yieldmax funds. Our dividends will pay back these losses. If we have a 20% correction in a month, that's why I have these put options on. $92 here. It doesn't seem like a lot of money for QQQ. SPY, I probably need to add to that again on Monday just to get it up to about 50 or 60, just enough to do damage with. When the market crashes, if it crashes 20% in a month, those will absolutely clean up and make me more than I potentially lost in my account, okay? So that'll do it for the video, guys. All right. I'm buying more OARK on Monday because the holdings within OARK are looking constructive. They're all mega themes. They're all very exciting. And most of them have pulled back to attractive entry points or are just going sideways on the chart, which is going to help performance of ARKK in general. If ARKK is going to move higher, I want to be in OARK. I also want to be in OARK because it is a glorified Russell 2000 index. And that's how I get my performance at this channel, live financially free, as I tie my margin investments to the indexes. That way, I don't see a lot of volatility using the margin. And then the dividends pay back my margin debt in less than a couple of years. And then all these dividends I get help me qualify to banks for loans, which help me level up my account faster. Again, if you have any questions on how I'm living financially free out of my brokerage account, email me at aikentod48@gmail.com for my e-guides. And if you have any other objections as to, what the holdings in ARKK are doing, how they're performing, please leave those in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.